Hello friends, my name is Shayla and today I am here to do a book review for you. Today we are reviewing the book A Hold on Me by Pat Esden. The author sent this to me in exchange for an honest review and I am here to review it for you. So in this book we follow the adventures of Annie Fremont. Her father falls ill. She ends up having to go back to her mother's childhood home, and her mother has passed away under somewhat mysterious circumstances. They say she died a certain way, but there's no proof, there was no body, so it's a bit of a mystery. So anyways, they end up back at her mother's childhood home, and she's a rare antique. They see rare items in rare antiques for the family business and for what her and her father do, separate from her mother's family business. And so as she gets there, she is kind of disoriented, feels like she's locked away and being held hostage. And there's her grandfather, her aunt, a couple of cousins, and then a groundskeeper. And this is a really interesting read. It is a new adult paranormal romance. I'm leaving the paranormal part out of it because I want to keep this spoiler free, so I don't want to spoil what that is, because that was one of the biggest points of this book, is you don't know what it is for so long. In general, I gave this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars. This is a good book, it's just not my personal cup of tea. So if we're taking my personal thoughts on certain things out of it, I would say it's more like a 4 or 4.5 star book. But me personally, there are some things that I do want to discuss with you, so that if you are prone to the same feelings as me in these aspects, then you can at least be aware before you dive in. So in this book, it is very mysterious. Basically, they keep you in the dark as long as possible in this particular book. And for me personally, that's not one of my favorite things when I read a book. A lot of people are totally okay with that and it doesn't bother them at all. Me personally, I like to know a little bit more. I would rather have a little bit at a time, than have it all info dumped on me like 2/3 of the way through the book, which is what happened in this book. It's not a bad way to do things, and I think for this particular novel it did work, but I just personally don't enjoy that in my reading. I would rather have little glimpses. She tried to give tiny glimpses, but they weren't quite enough. I needed a tiny bit more and a tiny bit more each time until the info dump happened. And once the info dump happens, this book flies, it's wonderful, and I really, really enjoy it. And I do think it is a trilogy, and I think in the books going forward, you won't experience the info dumpy parts of it quite so much. So I do plan on continuing to read on. I did enjoy it enough, especially that last third of the book. It flew by, I devoured it quickly, and I really did enjoy it. The writing is nice. It's definitely new adult. It's got some more adult themes and things that happen in it. So if you want to avoid some of those things, then go ahead and pass on this book. But I do enjoy this particular read. It was fun. I do plan on continuing reading on, and I hope that this is helpful to you to give you a glimpse into a little bit of the story. I did this before when I talked about the book, but I just want to read the couple sentence blurb on the back of the book because I thought it was worded very nicely, and it'll probably fill in some of the gaps that I'm probably lacking. I'm not feeling super great today as I film this, so forgive my brain for being a little foggy. So give me just a second here to read this. She never wanted to return. He wants nothing more than for her to leave. But the fire between them is strong, and but the fire between them is as strong as the past that haunts them. So the romance in this book, it was a tiny bit insta-lovey, but not super, they're initially annoyed with each other, and then it blooms into something that's actually quite sweet by the end. So the romance in it does work and function very, very well, I think. And I do think it's an enjoyable read. It's a fun ride. So this comes out tomorrow. So go ahead and pick up your copy and enjoy this read. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and let me know if you've read this book down below. I will leave the author's information down below as well if you just want to directly message her to order it. And I will talk to you guys next time. See you later. Bye.